Good evening. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, the playing of our national anthem, the retirement of the colors, and the playing of our alma mater.
Ladies, gentlemen, family, educators, faculty, Georgians, and fellow graduates, good morning. My name is Mason Howard, and it is a privilege to serve as the salutatorian for this class. When I first heard about this incredible accomplishment, I did what we all do when we hear unfamiliar words. I Googled it. There were approximately 1,729,999 results telling me how incredible this achievement is and how proud my family and I should be. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mason, why did you say 1,729,999 million instead of, let's say, 1.73 million? Unknown human being, you've asked a great question. Because though there were 1.73 million results, the one I ruled out came from Urban Dictionary, the website we all know and love, which, to quote, describes my accomplishment as the smart kid who stayed up way too late studying, drank enough coffee to kill a camel, and missed so many parties that everyone thought they were a hermit to just get second place. As you could imagine, that was quite encouraging and certainly made me walk with my chest poked out a little bit more. But everyone sitting in front of me today is a smart kid. And as long as our school journey comes to a close as we step across this stage as graduates of the class of 2021. Unfortunately, our senior year was altered and very much non-existent due to Miss Rona. As this year, we said goodbye to the young teens and hello to the quarantines. 12 months of quarantining, 10 months of waking up at 8:10 in the morning, no pep rallies, no prom, no real social interaction, and here we are all today. This morning, I know for most of us, it is only now that the fact we've actually completed 4 years of high school is now sinking in. Now, I am beyond grateful to have a moment of y'all's time during such an incredible moment like this. I remember coming to this high school as a freshman and hating it at first because Stephenson wasn't where I wanted to be. All of my friends from middle school were going to other schools and were having so much fun without me. But that summer of 2018, I realized that I didn't belong anywhere else but 701 Stephenson Road. I realized there was a reason I didn't end up attending those other schools. There's a difference between wanting and belonging, and I simply didn't belong there. To quote the great philosopher Aristotle, there is always a reason for everything that happens. Your experiences are designed to shape you, define you, and hopefully grow you into the mightiest you possible. Sometimes the places you want to go aren't the places that you belong. And just to think the year 2021 was so far away just a little while ago. I recall many of my freshman teachers encouraging me to start thinking about what I wanted to do with my life because college was not as far as it seemed. I recall dismissing their advice, but now I'm standing here and I can see how right they were. Our time at Stephenson High School flew by, and we already have to start referring to ourselves as young adults. And here we stand, many of us going to college, and some of us pursuing the many other callings life has to offer. Many of us have been stressing out about discovering the one thing in life that we enjoy the most. And I'm sure many of you, this has been a daunting question to address, and it may still be unanswered for some. Today's society encourages people to focus on only one thing and do that one thing well. While society emphasizes specialization, I believe many of us do not lead or live specialized lives. Confining that one thing we are passionate about does not bring joy to many of us. It's all about soaking up as many experiences as possible. Getting up and making various decisions despite following a single main specialty does not mean you can neglect your other interests along the way when attempting to combine as many of your favorite activities as possible. Being the best at anything isn't a requirement for success. It only takes your curiosity, and your curiosity alone can lead you to be the best you that you can possibly be. Now, Jaguars, we are all different in our own unique and creative ways. This is why we are collectively the best class to ever, I did not stutter, ever to attend this school. Just because I'm standing before you all today with this microphone and these fancy and colorful cords, stools, and medals does not mean, and I repeat, does not mean I am any shape or form better than any of you all. Yes, I worked hard to be here, but so did y'all. Don't forget that, because I promise you being salutatorian or valedictorian or top 10% provides you no extra benefits in life besides extra Facebook posts by your parents. But we all do share one thing in common today. We are at the end of a major milestone in life, our basic education. However, I don't and will not pretend that this is the ending, even though it has felt like these 13 or 14 years have flown right before our eyes. This is just the beginning. We all heard Dr. Seuss's quote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." I say this because while this time can be difficult for us, we must not dwell on the past. Instead, I like us to look forward to our futures. Before me, I see amazing people from all walks of life that will continue to do amazing things after we leave here today. Sitting among us today are doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, lawyers, engineers, caretakers, and professional athletes. People like Elsie Ramos Velasquez, who are going into engineering to be an aerospace engineer to make a difference in the world above us. Someone like Keon Carter, who is going to become a research scientist for healthcare and medicine. The person who didn't miss being the valedictorian by a few GPA points, but is also a very miserable person like me as well, Mark Lewis, who will take his talents beyond the classroom to the engineering field. Who we are now is far from the final form, as we are still a prototype in the making. It is my hope and wish that I see all of you flourish in your chosen professions while still having a smile on your face like you do here today. To quote my father, Michael Howard, "The way you carry yourself in this house is the way you'll carry yourself out of it." Stephenson has been our home for the last 4 years, and yes, I understand at times we weren't our best or brought our absolute best, but we are all still here today. We carried ourselves like the young men and women we are and ultimately got the job done. Now, to the two most hardworking people in my life, Allison Lopez and Michael Howard, Mom and Dad, thank you for everything. Thank you for being so supportive of me. I know I'm the normal child, but you embraced me for that. I promise y'all this isn't the last time you'll see me on a stage talking to a crowd of people. I love y'all. I want to thank my sister Mia for showing me what's right versus wrong and for ultimately being a shoulder to lean on. I want to thank my family in attendance. You didn't have to travel and see this mentally frustrated 17-year-old boy graduate, but you took time out of your busy schedule to do so. I love you all. I want to thank Christian, Mark, CJ, Keon, and Oscar for having my back and in simple terms for being my boys. I want to shout out my peeps, Sandy, Catherine, and Tony. And I like to express my gratitude to Elsie Ramos Velasquez for being the most amazing and wonderful person I've ever met. I value our friendship above all else, and I could stand up here and talk about her all day. Remember her name because she's going to do amazing things in this world. I just know it. And I want to thank my teachers, specifically Dr. Thompson, Mrs. Summers, Mrs. Watson, Ms. Gittins, Mr. Weaver, and Coach Gartrell. for aligning me with knowledge using the passion they have for the subjects that they teach, and for coming to school every day ready to work hard even when my peers and I weren't. And thank you, Coach Gartrell, for bringing light to the sport of golf and allowing me to be a part of this incredible team for the last 3 years, and not only surprising critics, but ourselves as well. I want to thank Principal Jones for being not only a great principal and resource, but for being so involved with us throughout our time here, especially when our world was altered by a pandemic. I would finally like to thank all the parents in attendance for having such amazing scholars as children, and for having my fellow graduates by making these 4 years of my life the best ever. With that being said, I think it's fitting I end with one last motto, one we all know very well and will hold deeply in our hearts for the rest of our lives. The Jaguars, all in, G2G, geared to greatness. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2021.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Lewis, and I'm your Stephenson High School valedictorian. First, I want to say congratulations to the entire class of 2021. We did it. Next, I would like to give a few special shout-outs. I want to thank my mom, my dad, and the rest of my family, because without you all, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I want to say thank you to all of the great teachers we've had throughout our high school career, Ms. Bass, Mr. Weaver, Ms. T. Jones, Ms. Watson, Ms. McMorris, and Mr. Minor, to name a few. We love you all. I want to say thank you to our principal, Mr. Michael A. Jones. Thank you to all of the counselors, and thank you to the rest of the Stephenson High School faculty and staff for always being there for us. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to Coach Tim Jones and the entire baseball organization for everything you've done these past 5 years. You showed me the importance of picking up your brother when he was down, because we're all family, and celebrating our victories no matter how big or small. For most of us, this is the first time seeing our fellow classmates since last year. Never did I think Thursday, March 12th, 2020 would be the last day of high school. It has been well over a year since the start of the pandemic, and seeing you all here today is a testament to how strong and enduring the class of 2021 truly is. Although this school year has been far from ideal, and we did not have the experiences of previous senior classes, graduates, trust me when I say your hard work and dedication has not gone unnoticed. We are trendsetters and we are innovators. We are the first class of Stephenson High School to ever complete their senior year without having to step foot inside of the building. And although we learned virtually every day, that does not mean it was effortless or any easier than before. I know there were plenty of days where you wanted to just close your Chromebook and get back into bed. I know how you feel because I'm guilty of it too. But what kept you going? What was the reason you got up every day and joined your Zoom class and Google Meets? Was it your mom or dad yelling at you to get up, or your teacher sending constant reminders all day to log into class and submit homework? Maybe it was the thought of walking across the stage on this day to receive your diploma while grandma records you screaming, "That's my baby." While I wrote this speech, I thought of my reason. I wonder how I was still able to give my all even under these terrible circumstances. And after thinking about it deeply, I finally realized that the reason I made it this far was because of my desire. Just as you are the reason that each of you are here today, our families and friends have supported us tremendously, but ultimately, each of us had to make a personal decision to make this year the best it could be, regardless of any circumstance. It's funny to look back at my past self with no goals or aspirations for the future. Yes, he was super smart, and yes, he got A's in every class, but yet his future was still hazy. Now, he is graduating with a 4.3 and will be attending the University of Georgia this fall. So even if you don't know what the future holds, don't stop giving your all and don't stop believing in yourself. You are the only person that can stop you from being successful. I know these past 4 years were a hard and bumpy road for all of us, and when the pandemic hit, it felt like we were going 90 miles per hour in a school zone. But we all made it through. And with that being said, it is never about how you start. It is only about how you finish, because success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most importantly, love for what you are doing. Now, class of 2021, the reason we are here is not only to receive a diploma, but to commemorate our success and all of the hard work we have shown over the 4 years of our high school career. I want you to remember this quote by Orson Martin, and it says, "Success is not measured by what you accomplish, but by the opposition you have encountered and the obstacles you have overcome." Everyone had a different path and different obstacles to overcome, but we are all here at the end of this race, together. No matter if you went full speed ahead or made a few pit stops along the way, you can say you made it to the finish line. And today is our finish line. For those who wish to take a break from the racing, I wish you luck. And for those who wish to start a new race and further your education, I hope to see you at the finish line in the future. Jaguars, do not stop striving for the impossible. Remember, everything seems impossible until it is done. Again, congratulations to the entire class of 2021. And I know you all just said it, but you know we got to say it one more time. Jaguars, all in, G2G, geared to greatness. Thank you.
To my parents, family members, to my faculty, to the platform guests, and to the esteemed alumni of the great Stephenson High School, it is with great honor that I give you this brief address to the profile of this phenomenal Stephenson High School class of 2021. Our school's theme, as you heard a couple of times, is Jaguars. All in, G2G, geared to greatness. Our school's theme has really been put to the test this year. We are here today because each one of you has participated in the success of Stephenson High School and the scholars sitting before us. But before I continue, I would like to ask for a moment of silence to recognize all of the loved ones we have lost who have supported these scholars in their journey to graduation. Begin. Thank you. I spent a lot of time thinking about what I should share about this outstanding class of scholars and what my last words of advice would be to these young women and men about these uncertain times. The words have not come easy, as there is so much to say, and I have unfortunately not been able to be with the scholars in person this past year. There are so many conversations I wanted to have with them. I wanted to talk about the uncertainty of the virus, the protests that grabbed our country last summer, and how to respond to racism in our society. But one day, as I walked around the silent halls of Stephenson High School, as I did many days this year, I looked above the ceiling in the Commons, and I saw these words. You were born to do two things, great things and even greater things. And I realized that I did not need to share some profound message, but I just needed to remind the scholars of these words and to what they have learned at Stephenson High School. Scholars, we have taught you to persevere in difficulty. You persevered on athletic courts and fields. You persevered in the classroom with e-learning and through quarantine. You lost senior celebratory events, but still found the joy at the end of your school career. Continue to persevere when life hands you difficult times. You are strong, you are courageous, and as a good book says, you have the right spirit to endure whatever challenges time may bring your way. We have taught you to choose integrity. You were honest even when it was difficult to be. You didn't let someone else take blame for something that you did. Continue to choose integrity and do the right thing when no one else is looking. Don't blame others to make excuses for your actions. Stand up for what you believe in, even if it is not popular. Scholars, we taught you to serve those in need. You served each other. You served a friend who was in need of comfort or support. You served the poor in our community through Ladies of Distinction, FBLA, Men of Distinction, Student Government Association, and DECA. Continue to serve others. Serve others when you are busy. Serve others when it is inconvenient. Serve others when you'd rather be doing something else. Serve those in need because there is no greater gift than to serve. And finally, scholars, we taught you to create beauty. You created beauty at our beloved Stephenson High School. You created beauty with your instruments. You created beauty with your paintbrushes. You created beauty in the classroom. You created beauty on the football field, soccer field, and baseball fields. You created beauty on the basketball and volleyball courts. As a matter of fact, the boys' track team created beauty last week when they brought home the Georgia State 4A championship. Continue to create beauty in our world by sharing your gifts and making this world a better place. So scholars, alumni of the great Stephenson High School, take what you have learned and remember that you were born to do two things, and that's great things and even greater things. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Stephenson High School, I am honored to present the academic summary of the Stephenson High School class of 2021. This morning, we will award 311 diplomas according to the following types: 279 college preparatory diplomas, 31 college preparatory diplomas with honors and distinction, 21 transitional diplomas. This class has 39 superintendent scholars. These scholars are recognized by Superintendent Cheryl Watson Harris for taking 3 or more advanced placement courses. This class has 237 career technology, agricultural, engineer pathway completers. These scholars have completed the required classes in the following careers, such as business, marketing, engineering, cosmetology, video broadcasting, web design, nursing, teaching cadets, construction, and barbering. This class has 58 dual enrolled scholars. Dual enrollment scholars not only matriculate at Stephenson High School, but concurrently, they were enrolled in either Georgia State University, Toccoa Falls College, Georgia Military College, or Piedmont Technical School. 52% of this class will attend a 2- or 4-year college or university. 25% of this class are eligible for the Hope Scholarship. 8 of these scholars will join our nation's armed forces, whether it be the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard. And this class, ladies and gentlemen, has amassed a scholarship total of over $5 million. Let's give this class a round of applause. At this time, please join me in welcoming our board member, Mr. Deshaun Costa, to certify the academic summary of this class of 2021.
Good morning, everyone. It's about that time, right? Class of 2021, are you ready? All right. I must always leave you all with a message. And what got me to this great moment was a poem, See It Through, by Edgar A. Guest. When you're up against the trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin and set your shoulders. Plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to jot it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerves desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If the worst is bound to happen, in spite of all that you can do, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile with troublings you're beset. But remember, young scholars, you are facing just what others have met. You may fail but fall still fighting. Don't give up whatever you do. Eyes front, head high, to the finish, see it through. Parents, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandfathers, brothers and sisters, this is your moment right here as well. Counselors, teachers, because at this moment, your child, your scholar, gave you that opportunity to brag. They gave you that opportunity to go to work and hang pictures up on the wall. They gave you that opportunity to scream out of your lungs. They gave you that opportunity to keep food in that house right about now. But at this time, all I'm asking you scholars is to become productive citizens of today's society. So at this moment, because I know you all are high, I'm going to go ahead and do my due diligence and release these diplomas. Greetings. On the basis of your certification, I, Dijon DaCosta, accept your recommendation. The academic achievement of this class meets the course requirements as is established by Advanced Ed, the Georgia Board of Education, the Georgia Accrediting Commission, and the DeKalb County Board of Education. As a representative of the DeKalb County Board of Education, I authorize the release and the presentation of the diplomas and certifications of the class of 2021 at Stephenson High School. Congratulations, scholars.
Graduating with honors, Mark Lewis. Mason Howard. Michaela Dantzler. Kayla Arthur. Jordan Dixon. Trinity Jackson. Ebony Laudette. Zainab Zaraja. Oscar Zalgado. Graduating with honors, Christian Walker. Graduating with honors, Viclaire Alowebuedo. Graduating with honors, Deshanti Phillips. Graduating with honors, Tony Gibson. Graduating with honors, Elsie Velasquez. Graduating with honors, Isaiah Screen. Graduating with honors, Jordan Dudley. Graduating with honors, Brianna Williams. Graduating with honors, Danielle Jones. Graduating with honors, Marissa Johnson. Graduating with honors, Sandy Umanzor. Graduating with honors, Caleb Johnson. Graduating with honors, Zahira Cameron. Graduating with honors, Catherine Umanzor. Graduating with honors, Michaela Matthew. Graduating with honors, David Strozer. Graduating with honors, Rebecca Casa. Graduating with honors, Chrislyn Maxey. Graduating with honors, Janaya Burgess. Graduating with honors, Dontre Fitzgerald. Graduating with honors, Danielle Watson. Graduating with honors, Christian Jackson. Graduating with honors, Jada Smith. Noor Abdibadir. Asia Aiden. Giovanni Agbo. Ashanti Alexander. Farhan Alimi. Quan Alston. Owiha Ha Mukweka. Eric Amos. Trinae Andrews. Wendy Asencho. Ahmad Bienemy. Ramani Billingsley. Kenya Bailey. Azaria Birdsong Murray. Taj Blake. Deja Booth. Tativius Boyd. Sydney Bradford. James Ballard. Gabrielle Banks. Jay Banks. Taylor Branch. Jaleesa Breedlove. Catherine Bicali. Raven Barney. Jordan Barrett. Kennedy Barrett. Shariah Bernard. Nice Bibbs. Dexter Brodus. Destin Brooks. Prince Brooks. Sierra Brown. Hassan Brown. Paris Brown. Aaron Brown. Adriana Butts. Kamari Bird. Matthew Carbon. Makai Carson. DiMaggio Carter. Keon Carter. Nija Carter. Jennifer Chagoya. Imani Chai. Bria Chester. Ronald Clark. Kamara Crenshaw. Jalen Cooper. Kayla Cook. Kamari Connor. Elizabeth Comer. Kimani Fang. Danye Camp. Kaylin Calhoun. Hallie Croft. Jada Cromarty. Layla Cyrus. Jolie Dalrymple. Milani DeMays. Jordan Davis. Michaela Davis. Miles Davis. Tyreek Dixon.
Iliman J.
Dewan Dian. Dixon. Looks like a Y. Tanaya Duhart. Alexander Dunlap. Kemarcus Dunn. Mariah Drayton. Lamonte Earl. Rodkiria Eason. Melvin Eccles. Tyler Elder. Anaya Ely. Mila Ellington. Rashika Etnis. Karina Escobar. Jacoby Evans. Jaira Evans. Cameron Expose. Bradley Favors. DeAndre Favors. Aaliyah Fernandez. Deja Foster. Imari Foster. Michael Graham. Zoya Grange. Denasia Green. Michaela Green. Kenneth Green. Martina Gutzmer. Malik Green. Jada Glenn. Terrence Guffey. Dalen Gibson. Layla Hammonds. Jasmine Hardwick. Omar Harper. Kyla Hale. Enia Hall. Brandon Harvey. Nafiad Marshall. Lafayette Hambrick. Jaden Hamilton. Martin Hamlin. Dorian Helm. Jeremy Henderson. Anaya Herndon. Tamia Hicks. Precious Hawkins. Gerald Hilliard. Jada Hodge. Sierra Hogan. India Holmes. Kiana Holt. Chase Ingram. Jada Ivy. Jordan Jackson. Joseph Jackson. George Jackson. Kaya Jackson. Kyla James. Kadir James. Aldame Mandine. Adanika Joyner Service.
Shauna Johnson. Jalen Harper Austin. Jordan Jones. Jaden Jarrett. Dylan Jatan. Oluwefe John. Quayshawn Johnson. Salem Johnson. Sean Johnson. Ashanti Jones. Breon Jones. Anaya Kelly. Marquan Key. Justin Kinder. Nia King. Daisha Langford. Melissa Lath. Trenton Lewis. Nathaniel Lupiti. Orlando Love. Nyla Lynch. Amira Malachi. India Malcolm. Mayala Malone. Ayana Martin. Jonathan Marzette Tucker. Takira Matthews. Amaya Melvin. Kiana Meredith. Jaya Miller. Sean Miller. Tajay Miller Grimes. Michael Minter. Aman Muhammad. Shemaya Moise. Nakaya Montgomery. Joshua Moody. Sharday Moore. Matthew Morales. Jordan Morrison. Javier Morton.
Madison Elise Noble.
Ryan Parker. Zamaria Parker. Zora Parks. Mario Lara Sanchez. Venetia Payne. Kayla Purnell. Darian Perry. Alana Petty. Tiani Phipps. Sky Prater DeVoe. Amaya Oliver. Isaiah Palmer. Treasure Rahim. Kaeja Reed. Braxton Richards. Emmanuel Rios Perez. Makai Robertson. James Robinson. Tyler Robinson. Dion Ruff. Jason Rumble. Megan Russell. Brianna Sandville. Deshandra Shevelbein. China Smith. Serena Seaman. Comfort Shikong. Talisha Scott. Martez Shy. Tommy Smith. Trenton Smith. Jaira Snellings. Brian Donnell Snowden Jr. Sequoia Speaks. Destiny Springer. Harvey Sproul. Hosie Stewart. Bryson Suber.
Kelsey Terrell Summers Jr.
Gabrielle Taylor. Cameron Taylor. Damari Teal. Alexander Tishome. Katana Thomas. Leroy Thomas. Trinity Thomas. Drew Thompson. Francis Thorne. Sean Tarrant Jr. Rayshawn Thornton. Predestin Todd. Jalen Tolbert. Kelsey Town. Tony Wallen. Quenisha Walston Benson. Michelle Walton. Celia Janae Waters.
Lauren Kristen Taggart.
Rich Yubo. Sydney Watkins. Christian Wap. Ariana Wells Horton. Leroy White. Lonnie White. Davion Whitehead. Jarvis Whitehead. Amiri Williams. Brandon Williams. Ewan Viennan. Mikkel Williams. Ramon Williams. Ricky Williams. Tristan Williams. Sabrina Williams. Miles Wilson. Blake Worthy. Dorian Wright. Malia Wilson. Samantha Wright. Zamzam Yimam. Alex Zandy. Jordan Ushery. Edwin Walker. Tepramam Yusefu. Caleb Parker.
Say first, and then we're going to say congratulations, class of 2021. Period, 701. Ready? 701. Congratulations, class of 2021. You may now turn your tassels. Yeah! Big bird. Yeah. Well, they thought they capsules. Thank you.